Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything, and slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English as exploring our world. Imagine waking up, not to sunlight, but to a world of pure information. Your memories, your personality, all intact, but your body left behind. You've been reborn in a flawless digital realm. Is this digital immortality our next evolution, or just science fiction's dream? What does it mean to upload your consciousness? It's more than backing up memories. It's recreating your mind in digital form, a replica that thinks and feels as you do. This quest challenges us to define consciousness, identity, and face immense technical and ethical hurdles. Is digital immortality our future, or just a dream? Mind uploading isn't just a backup, like copying files to the cloud. It's about recreating the very engine of consciousness, capturing how your 86 billion neurons connect and communicate. The goal is a living, evolving digital mind, not a static snapshot, but a true continuation of you, freed from biological limits. Mind uploading relies on two pillars: scanning and simulation. First, we need a perfect, non-destructive brain scan, mapping every neuron and connection. Then, we need computers powerful enough to simulate all 86 billion neurons in real time. Without both, the bridge to digital consciousness cannot be built. The brain is a constantly moving target. Unlike a computer, it's always changing, rewiring itself with every thought and sensation. Capturing its true state is like photographing a raging river. A single snapshot misses the dynamic flow. This ever-shifting nature is why copying the brain remains such a profound challenge. Even if we could freeze time and capture a perfect snapshot of the brain, the complexity is staggering. It's not just wiring. Molecular details, chemical environments, and internal neuron states all matter. To truly copy a mind, we'd need to capture every thread of this intricate fabric, a task of monumental complexity. The brain is deeply linked with the body it inhabits. Signals from your heart, gut, and muscles shape your thoughts and emotions. To truly copy a mind, we may need to emulate the entire dynamic system of the body and brain together, not just the brain's wiring. Today's brain imaging tools, like MRI, fMRI, electron microscopes, and EEG, offer amazing glimpses into the mind, but each has limits. Some see structure, others activity, but none can capture every detail, in real time, non-invasively. To truly upload a mind, we need a tool that combines all their strengths. That's the technological gap we still need to bridge. Imagine nanobots, no bigger than blood cells, traveling through your brain, mapping every neuron in real time. No damage, just pure science fiction made real. While these ideas are still speculative, they're inspired by real advances in nanotech and optics, hinting at a future where mind uploading could become possible. The ultimate goal of any brain scanning technology, whether it uses nanobots, lasers, or some method we have not yet imagined, is to create a perfect connectome. A connectome is the complete wiring diagram of a nervous system. It is a map that details every single neural connection within a brain. Neuroscientists believe that our memories, our skills, and the core elements of our personality are encoded in this fantastically complex network of connections. Capturing this map is therefore considered the holy grail of neuroscience. It would be a blueprint of the mind itself, containing the structural information that gives rise to our unique identity. Creating a human connectome is a data problem of unimaginable proportions. The brain has 86 billion neurons, and each neuron can have thousands of connections, resulting in an estimated 100 trillion synapses. Mapping every one of these links is a task that dwarfs other massive scientific undertakings like the Human Genome Project. The amount of data generated would be astronomical, likely reaching into the zettabytes, trillions of gigabytes. Just storing and processing this information would require a new generation of supercomputers. It is the ultimate big data challenge, a complete structural database of a human mind. However, as we have discussed, a truly perfect upload would require more than just the static wiring diagram. A complete connectomy is a necessary step, but it is likely not sufficient on its own. We would also need to capture the functional state of that wiring, what scientists call the synaptome. This would include the strength of each synaptic connection, the types and numbers of receptors present at each junction, and the current state of chemical neuromodulators bathing the circuits. This adds several more layers of data on top of the already colossal structural map, creating an even more detailed and dynamic blueprint of the mind in action. Projects are already underway to map connectomies of simpler organisms and even small sections of more complex brains, like those of mice. The Blue Brain Project, for example, is building a digitally reconstructed slice of the rat cortex. These efforts are the first crucial steps on a very long road. They are teaching us about the brain's fundamental design principles and honing the techniques we will need for larger-scale projects. While the creation of a complete, functional human connectomy remains a distant dream, it represents the tangible, scientific target that researchers are aiming for. It is the master key that could one day unlock the door to whole-brain emulation. Or mapping the brain is only half the challenge. Next, we need a machine powerful enough to run that map. Simulating a human mind means emulating 86 billion neurons firing in parallel, a task that demands unimaginable computational power. Today's fastest supercomputers are just reaching the exascale needed, but they're massive, energy-hungry, and impractical for a single mind. Traditional computers process tasks sequentially, while the brain excels at parallel processing, so we need new architectures. Enter neuromorphic chips, like IBM's True North and Intel's Loihi, designed to mimic the brain's structure and efficiency. Projects such as the Blue Brain Project are already simulating small brain sections, paving the way for whole brain emulation. These advances are the first steps toward building the computational engines that could one day host a digital mind. Even with the right hardware, energy is a massive barrier. The human brain runs on just 20 watts, less than a light bulb, while a comparable supercomputer would need millions. If every digital mind required a city's worth of power, only the ultra-wealthy could afford digital immortality, and the environmental cost would be staggering. Neuromorphic chips offer hope, using energy only when needed, much like real neurons. Early systems already perform complex tasks with milliwatts, but we need even greater efficiency. The goal? A synthetic brain as energy efficient as the biological one, shrinking supercomputers to manageable sizes. Without solving the energy dilemma, mind uploading remains a fantasy, limited by its own power demands. Suppose we overcome every technical hurdle and create a perfect digital replica of your mind. The copy thinks it's you, remembers your life and feels your emotions, but you, the original, are still here. This is the identity problem. Mind uploading creates a copy, not a transfer. If your biological self is destroyed, does your consciousness continue, or does only the copy persist? It's the ship of Theseus' dilemma. If every part is replaced, is it still the same person? Most interpretations suggest the original's consciousness ends, leaving only a digital echo. The digital, you would remember everything, but the original, you would be gone. Mind uploading may not offer immortality, but rather a legacy, a digital descendant, not a true continuation. To avoid the copy problem, some propose gradual replacement, swapping neurons for digital equivalents one by one. This slow transition aims to preserve the continuity of consciousness, carrying your eye across an unbroken chain. By the end, you'd inhabit a fully digital brain, never experiencing a sudden jump. But critics argue this is just a slow-motion ship of Theseus. At what point do you stop being you? Each replacement could be seen as a tiny act of destruction, eroding the original self. These thought experiments reveal how deeply our identity is tied to physical continuity. Whether a digital mind is truly you, or just a ghost in a new machine, remains an open question. Mind uploading raises profound ethical dilemmas, starting with ownership. If your mind is data, who controls it? Could a corporation own, suspend, or even delete your digital self? Imagine immortality as a subscription service, with your existence governed by a terms of service agreement. Your thoughts, memories, and personality could be mined for profit, turning your inner life into a commodity. Privacy and autonomy would need new definitions, as the server running your mind has access to everything you are. We'd need a digital bill of rights, protection from unauthorized copying, deletion, and exploitation. Without these safeguards, digital immortality could become corporate serfdom, eternal life, but at the cost of your freedom. Mind uploading could create a digital divide of terrifying proportions, where only the ultra-wealthy achieve digital immortality, while most are left behind. The gap would no longer be about wealth, but existence itself, cleaving humanity into the finite and the eternal. The question is, will this technology divide us further or elevate us all? The path to whole-brain emulation is a long, incremental journey, built on decades of breakthroughs in neuroscience and computer science. Today, scientists are mapping simple brains, learning the brain's wiring, and refining scanning techniques. Soon, we'll map more complex brains, and brain-computer interfaces will unlock new ways to read and write neural data. Each step brings us closer to emulation and transforms medicine along the way. Predictions for whole-brain emulation range from optimistic futurists, expecting breakthroughs by 2060, to skeptics who think it may take centuries, if ever. Many researchers take a cautious middle ground, suggesting mind uploading could be possible by the end of this century or the next. No matter the timeline, the pursuit is already reshaping our world and how we see ourselves. What if, instead of copying or transferring consciousness, we gradually merge with machines? The Cyborg Solution blurs the line between human and machine, offering enhanced abilities without losing our sense of self. Over time, we could upgrade our bodies and minds, evolving by design, one piece at a time. From the dance of neurons to the vast oceans of identity, mind uploading challenges us to ask, what are we, really? Are we just biology, or a pattern of information that could live beyond flesh? As technology advances, these questions shape our future and what it means to be human